Short-term fasting, long-term fasting, intermittent fasting, it does not slow down your metabolism. In fact, it increases your metabolism because it increases your norepinephrine levels. I'm looking at my notes right now. Neuro, norep, norepinephrine levels. What's going on, my beautiful people? It's your boy, it's David. I'm back again with another video. And you know how it goes. I'm just a dad. I'm trying to help you guys become the best version of yourself so you guys can call yourself the best dad ever. And today we're talking about me fucking up. I messed up. I was wrong. But before we get into that, let's talk about some of the misconceptions about fasting. And in a previous video, you guys probably heard me talking about how I am a big proponent, a big fan of fasting. And not only just for the fat loss, right? I talked about it being a life hack for being more productive as a dad. I talked about it as a tool to work on your spiritual side, get in touch with your soul, your spirit, right? Get in touch with the divine. I didn't really go too deep with that, but I mostly leaned in on the productivity boost, the benefits of it, right? Like, you know, the time that you save not eating, the time that you save not having to cook for yourself, the time that you save not having to do the dishes and cleaning up, and then flipping that and using that time to be a better husband, better father, better person, better career, better professional, right? So we went over those things. So I'm a huge fan of fasting. Nothing's changed, right? But I wanted to talk about fasting and the misconceptions of it. So there's a few misconceptions about fasting. A lot of people think that it's all about weight loss. And once again, we went over it, right? I'm talking about productivity. I'm talking about the spiritual side of it. It's not only about fat loss. And while fat loss is a huge component of it, it is not the only aspect of fasting. So that's one, right? It's not all about fat loss. Misconception number 2, you lose muscle mass. That's just not true, you know? As I've seen with myself, I'm not jacked or anything like that, but I'm healthy, I'm fit. I'm proud of where my health is at. And I've continually hit strength PRs when I work on it. So and I fast 24 hours weekly, right? And I don't lose any muscle mass. I'm stronger. I don't get any weaker. I'm still hitting PRs. I recently hit PRs on my back squat and my flat bench. So the workouts and programming that I tend to focus on and target, I'll still gain strength on that. And it really comes down to logical and smart programming, right? And another misconception number 3 is it slows down your metabolism. And I hear that a lot. But it's just not true also, right? Short-term fasting, long-term fasting, intermittent fasting, it does not slow down your metabolism. In fact, it increases your metabolism because it increases your norepinephrine levels. I'm looking at my notes right now. Norepinephrine levels. So, the short-term fasting, intermittent fasting has a key effect in raising those norepinephrine levels, and that can actually boost your metabolisms. And then I see a lot of people worry about the next misconception number 4, which is the fact that you can't drink or eat anything. And that's partly true, but a normal fast, you can definitely drink. You can drink water, you can drink black coffee, you can drink 0-calorie beverages. But if you really want to get strict with it, go do the hard mode version of fasting, which is dry fasting, then you have to eliminate everything. Yes, there's no food, there's no drinks. But if you're just exploring getting your toes wet with fasting, you can definitely drink. You can drink water, You can drink 0-calorie sparkling water. You can drink 0-calorie sodas, even though I don't really recommend that since it messes with your gut biome. But it's still doable. It does not, break you out of a fasted state. So you can definitely drink, right? And there's different fast types where you can drink like bone broth, etc. You can do like a water fast, a juice fast. So there's definitely different versions of fast that allow you to have some sort of liquid intake. So it doesn't mean that you need to deprive yourself of everything. And I'm saying deprive very lightly because you're doing it for the betterment of yourself. Another misconceptions, these are a little dumb. Fasting equals starvation. That's obviously not true. Your body has enough fat for you to live off of, for the most part, from the majority of America, for over 14 days. So you definitely are not starving yourself. And to group another silly misconception with it, fasting leads to overeating, and overeating is not a byproduct of fasting. Overeating is a byproduct of discipline. So if you're disciplined, you're smart, you're intentful with your fasting, you're not going to overeat, right? Plan your meals, plan your refeed. You're not going to overeat, right? Don't let your discipline be something that you're not accountable for. Don't blame it on fasting. Blame it on yourself. And misconception, I don't even know what number we're on, bro. We're probably on number 5 or 6 now. The biggest one is you can't exercise while you're fasting. And obviously, if you're dry fasting, you don't want to go on a long or high intensity workout session because it really drains you and it makes fasting tough, right? But you can definitely do some easy workouts. You can do your yoga. You can do some easy weightlifting. On my fasted days, I just do a simple strength day, pull-ups, ring dips, all my strength stuff on the calisthenics focused workout that I do. And it's easy. It's easy to do. You can do zone 2 cardio very easily while fasted. Obviously, you can't do huge efforts like, a long run at an interval pace, right? You can't do like a speed workout while fasted. While you can, your performance levels won't be there, so it'll be kind of wasted. But it's not to say that you can't work out at all, right? There's so many things you can do. You can do something easy like walking. You can do something easy like a zone 2 easy or a recovery run. You can do biking. You can do easy swims, right? You can do these things while fasted, and it really amps up the fat loss. It really gets your mental headspace in the right place. It gets you busy, so you're not always idle and thinking about food. So definitely, you can definitely exercise while fasted. So yeah, those are some of the misconceptions that I wanted to go over. So don't be silly with it. Be sensible. Use common sense, right? Like fasting's simple. You can't eat anything. You can't have any calories. You can't have anything that spikes your insulin levels. And you're in the clear, right? You can have your coffee. Obviously, you can't have your coffee with cream and sugar and honey and all that, but you can still have your coffee. You can have your shot of espresso. They're still like 2 or 7 or 5 calories, but it doesn't spike your insulin level. So those calories, while there's still calories in it, because it's so low and because it doesn't create an insulin response, you're still in a fasted state. So be sensible. Keep your calories super, super low and make sure that those calories aren't from any sugars or carbs that spike your insulin response in your body. So the best bet's just to avoid anything with calories, obviously, but you can do something. You can have, right, like an espresso shot. You can have a double espresso. You can have tea. You can have sparkling water. You can have, well, I don't recommend it. You can have 0-calorie sodas. You can have electrolytes that are 0 calories, that don't have any sugars, right? That use like stevia or monk fruit. So those things are available to you. But don't be a bonehead about it. Obviously, you can't eat something small. Like you can't have one, like, piece of fruit or something like that. You can't have like a piece of candy. and say that, I'm not eating the rest of the day, I'm fasted. It's not as, don't be a bonehead. But yeah, those are the misconceptions. Other than that, fasting is really simple. Like I said, don't consume anything, set a time range target that you want to achieve it in, and get down to it, get busy. Find the things that you need to tackle, be productive. And if not, then spend that time meditating, right? When you're hungry, when you're idle, spend that time reading a book. Spend that time in prayer. You'll find that it's a good time to get in touch with that spiritual mindfulness side of your life that we often neglect, right? Other than that, I was wrong. I started this video telling you guys that I was in the wrong. And this goes to some of the misconceptions that I talked about calories, about creating that insulin response in your body that gets you out of a fasted state. What was I wrong about? I was wrong about one of the supplements I took. And this is a sneaky one, right? So I take something called essential amino acids, which are the 9 amino acids that you cannot get from your nutrition, from your food. And I take an essential amino acid supplement called Perfect Aminos. They're pricey, but they're great. They're a great supplement as a protein alternative, a protein replacement. Man, I'm so Asian. I'm getting my R's and L's all mixed up. Replacement. So they're a good protein alternative, and I take it twice daily, once when I wake up, once at night. And if I have a hard session, a hard workout, a strenuous workout in midday, I'll take it after my workout also, along with one daily protein shake, give or take. So yeah, they help with muscle growth and repair. They help with hormone production, enzyme function, etc., immune system, and nutrition absorption. So they're a great supplement. So I'm not knocking essential amino acids. I feel like if there is something that you are adding into your life in terms of supplements, you should look into EAAs, essential amino acids, right? And I'll drop a link to the types that the brand of amino acids that I use. Obviously, I have no affiliation with them. They probably don't even know who I am. And I'll drop some links for some less pricier versions of it that I'm probably going to get myself into after my current, supply runs out. But I found out that EAAs have calories. And, sometimes some of these supplements fall under the gray area where per serving they don't have that many calories, so they can list themselves as 0 calories. And, you probably heard of certain dressings or seasonings or something of that such that they're labeled as 0 calories, but they just don't hit a certain threshold where they need to report it with the food reporting agencies. I'm not gonna get into the details with that, but I'm pretty sure you guys have heard of those ghost calorie foods or items, right? And my EAA supplement falls under that category. And I did a little bit more digging when I had some time this past weekend before I did my weekly fast, and I found out that my EAA supplement per serving equates to almost about 48 to 50 calories per serving. And while that's not huge per serving, it crosses the threshold of what fasting allows you to consume, right? Fasting, you should keep it at 0. You might get away with 1, 2, 3, maybe 5 calories. But 50 is a little bit on the high end. Not in the grand scheme of things, but in terms of fasting. But more importantly, it creates an insulin response, a spike in your insulin. And that gets you out of a state of ketosis. And it gets you out of a fasted state. So you don't get the full maximum benefits of fat burn. And you don't get the full benefits of autophagy, that cellular repair process. And I'm not ashamed and mad at myself for having this little slip up. But I'm a little bummed out about it. I always thought hey, because I'm fasted, but I also have these tough workouts scheduled. The fact that I can still get a protein replacement consumed in my system kind of gave me that edge, kind of gave me that, mental push that I needed. So I was always taking my daily servings of EAAs while fasting, and re-reviewing, and taking a deeper introspective look into the nutrition facts of my supplements. I found out that I was breaking my fast. So yeah, that's one of the changes that I'm gonna have to make in my upcoming fast. I actually did a 48-hour fast this past Monday and Tuesday, dry fast, so I didn't consume any food, calories, and or any liquids. And I did so without consuming any of my EAA supplements also. So it's definitely doable. But yeah, it's just something that I learned recently that I want to get off my chest, right? I was wrong. I thought that EAAs were 0 calories, that they were allotted for fasting and they keep you fasted, but I was wrong. My EAAs break me out of a fast. They get me out of a state of ketosis, and they don't allow me to get into a state of cellular autophagy. So that's that. But we get better from there, right? We learn from our mistakes. We continually be a student of the game, a student of life. We learn, we get better, we adapt, we optimize, we tweak, and we continue to get better so we can call ourselves the best versions of ourselves, so that we can be the best dads ever. You dig? But other than that, guys, I hope to get another video out to you guys soon. Other than that, stay blessed. Much love, more life. I love you guys. Peace.